Okay, in this video we're going to be checking out the LDARC KK5 GT, and this is pretty similar to the KK220 that I reviewed about a week ago, and that one was based off of the 1806 motors, sort of a lighter weight, not quite ultra lightweight, but a lighter weight version of this on the well, not quite the same frame. Here, I'll show you here in a second. It's a little bit different. Let me just bring that into shot here. You can see the frame cage is the same on both. Over here on the left is the 220, but the arms are a little bit skinnier on the 220 for the obviously being sold as a lightweight. You can see here on the right the 5GT, and on the left the 220. The arms are a little bit skinnier. Obviously the motor mount hole pattern is also different, so I have a feeling that the arms are interchangeable between the cages, so you could perhaps switch the arms here to the bigger arms if you want to upgrade to the bigger motors without having to change the cage. But I think the stack is going to be different because that's a 20 millimeter or 20 by 20 stack, and this one over here for the lightweight setup. And then you got a different stack here. This is a 30 by 30. I'll actually have a separate video on that stack. I'll talk about that here in a second. So the main, obviously, the main difference being the frame is a slightly different, cage is the same, and you have obviously the bigger motors here, and these are LDARC branded. I believe they are Sunny Sky rebrands. So it doesn't say Sunny Sky here, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But it is a 2306 2500 kV motor. Has this interesting like silver windings there, silver coated copper windings. So I don't know if that actually gives you more power or not. You can be the judge of that in the flight demo, which you'll see here shortly. This does come with, I think, King Kong branded props here. This is a 5150, so kind of reminds me of the Gemfan 5152s, which is a slightly different pitch. The shape's somewhat similar, but also a little bit different as well. And you sort of have that arc here. I think the Gemfan's a little bit more exaggerated compared to this prop. So this is I haven't seen this prop before. I think it's a King Kong or LDARC branded prop. The stack here is also a new LDARC product, and I actually have this stack, which I'm going to actually show you in more detail in a separate video coming up pretty soon, with the 4-in-1 EC, plus the flight controller, and the flight controller and video transmitter is on a single board, so you just have a 2-board stack here. The camera is also the same as on the 220. It's a Runcam mini Swift, not a micro Swift, so it has the M12 lens and the bigger case, of course, for the mini size case, 22 millimeters across. And the back here, you have a whip antenna, same as on the 220. There's a connector, MMCX connector off of the video transmitter, goes to this SMA adapter for this whip antenna. Obviously, you can switch this out for whatever you want later if you want to switch out the antenna. And then it does come with an LED with a buzzer in the back here. And then you have an XD60 connector that comes out the back here, and it isn't really secured to anything. There's some holes here for a zip tie here, but it doesn't look like it. They've used this to secure the XD60, so you probably would want to wrap a zip tie around there to hold this in place to give it a little strain relief. And then I use my own battery strap here. I think it came with a shorter one that didn't quite work, so I just used this is a generic battery strap. I just looped it around like this. Seems to be okay. And as I mentioned before, these are separated arms, so if you break an arm, you can just buy a replacement arm and swap that out. Obviously take the motor off and everything. So it's not a unibody like they had on previous LDARC 5-inch models. Okay, so here's some measurements here of the frame. It's a 5 millimeter thick arm, so probably not too likely that you're going to snap this arm. And it's about 11 millimeters in width, so it's a pretty beefy arm, pretty strong. And you can see also the weave of the carbon is parallel to the arm, so should provide maximum strength there. Okay, measuring the motor to motor distance, we're coming in about 213 millimeters. The side to side distance is about 152 millimeters. And the front to back is about 150 millimeters. So it's about, it looks like it's pretty close, so it looks like it's a true X frame. Now this model is sold as a plug and play. Doesn't come receiver ready, so I did add an XM Plus receiver, and the plug that fits on this board is the same plug that fits on the older LDARC products. So I just took this receiver, which I already soldered on, to an XM Plus. It just comes with this little receiver plug here. It's a little 4-pin connector, looks like that. I just cut that off, and I soldered on the other end to an XM Plus receiver, one of these guys, to the 3 solder points here, and plugged it in. And you can't see it, it's actually right under the top plate here. It's kind of buried in there pretty good right now. Yeah, it's right. You can see it's right there. And just plugged it into the back of this board over here. And if you want more details on that, what the board looks like, wait for that video. It'll be actually outside of the cage here, so you'll have a better look at it. That's actually a pretty decent setup for well, it's only 4S, so if you're looking for a 4S setup, I think it's around $80. It's not a bad deal. And I just have a little plug here for the receiver. Plug that in. Ran my little antenna wires out the arms here with some zip ties, like I do on a lot of my drones, like that, for the diversity antennas. That was pretty much it for the setup. I didn't do anything in terms of PID tuning or anything like that. It did come with an older version of Betaflight, like 3.2 something. So I just went with that. Just come with the tune, so they obviously tuned it from the factory, and just bound up the receiver, plugged it in. I did change my rates to the rates I like, and also change the OSD to the stuff that I like on the OSD. And usually the default setups from the OSD are too distracting for me, so I just set up the way I like, and that was pretty much it. And I went and flew it. So we'll go ahead and show you the flight demo footage of my impressions on the stock tune and how it flew, and my other impressions on this particular model in the flight demo. Okay, so yeah, I forgot to weigh this like I usually do for my reviews. I always seem to forget to weigh these things. Here's the weight without the battery, and props everything on, and we're coming in at 341 grams. Okay, so these are the PIDs that came in the box. They're not default PIDs, these are just the PIDs that they tuned from the factory. So I'm just going to be flying with those, as I usually do. Just changed my rates and also location of the OSD elements. So, tune sounds okay so far. It's 2306 motors. We are running an older version of Betaflight. Yeah, I had a low battery warning already. I'm using a Tattoo 1300 milliamp hour on this one. Need to pick up some more G&Ds. A little bit of fluttering there. These are, I think, King Kong props. And this is, yeah, not too bad of a tune. It's a little on the loose side. We're going to be breaking any speed records on this battery, but for 2500 kV, 2306, this power seems pretty typical. See a little bit of shaking there on that roll. Not a lot, it's not too bad. Still pretty decent power. Yeah, you can see that on the turns. You can see a little bit of shaking. So the tune isn't that great. But they're on, I think, 3.2 something, which is really old. Don't know why. Not sure why they're on such an old version. They could have just gone to 3.5 and probably just use the default PIDs with a little bit of adjustments to the feed forward and I-term relax. Probably got a better tune. If you guys are interested in something like that, a Betaflight 3.5 tune for this model, I will leave me a comment below and I'll take those into consideration for a future video if there's enough interest in this model. I'm already getting sags in the battery and power dipping. Yeah. So yeah, you can, typical 2306 motor, plenty of punch to get up there. But yeah, 3.5 minutes on this battery. I think I'll call it quits. Pretty good demo of the tune, power of the motors. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below.